everybody, and welcome back to my ASMR channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Today I am going to do a little life update whisper ramble. I think I told you a while ago in a video, kind of around June, July, that I proposed to my partner. And since then I kind of haven't really touched in any great detail on our plans for getting married. So I thought I would do that now because it's actually coming around pretty quick, which sounds bizarre because obviously we only just got engaged really. We've been engaged now, what? It was in June, July, August, September, October, so like around 4 months I guess. The reason it's coming around quickly is because we had a discussion about what we wanted from a wedding, a marriage, all that good stuff, and I have had a Pinterest board for, I don't know, probably like 10 years of how I envisaged a wedding, how I wanted to look on the day, what I wanted the venue to be like, what flowers I thought I would want, like the little, what are they called, like the little bits and pieces that go on the table, like the decor, just everything. So when I proposed, I was like, amazing, I'm going to whip out the old Pinterest board, I'm going to look at all the things that I've been thinking about. We decided pretty much straight away that we weren't going to have like a ceremony that was attended by people, basically anybody, because, well, I personally think that that's something that we wanted to share, just the two of us, or as close to just the two of us as possible. On top of that, my partner has like a massive fear of public speaking, so professing her undying love for myself was probably not top of her to-do list and probably wouldn't make for a very fun day for her. Anyway, that being said, we were like, yeah, we'll still do a party, we'll basically do a wedding minus the ceremony section. So that was that. Started looking at the Pinterest board and looking at how to organise it. A few of my friends had been married recently, and I asked them, and I was asking just like around generally, looking things up on the internet. And the more and more I looked into it, I kind of started to dread doing it. The long and short of it is that we kind of came to the conclusion that we didn't want to have a big fuss on the day of our marriage, and I think there's a few reasons for that. I think some of the main ones being that, I mean, firstly, it's a lot of money to spend on a day, and don't get me wrong, I love it when other people do it. I love going to spectacular weddings. I've been to 2 this year and they blew my mind. I was like, wow, these are amazing. One of my friends is a performer and she had so many like amazing performances and lights and just music, and like it was just amazing. My other friend got married in Greece and that was like Mamma Mia come to life. It was just stunning. So I, like, no shade to weddings at all, it's what I thought I wanted, but the reality of it was that I didn't enjoy the planning of it. I wasn't loving having to like choose who could come or who should come. I think there's a lot of sort of family and friend politics that surround the guest list, which, you know, like, I'm more of a small, intimate gatherings type of person. Like, my partner likes a party, but neither of us are huge on like massive events. So when the numbers started creeping up and up and up, we were a bit like, oh, this is just not the kind of vibe that we would have chosen for that kind of day. So anyway, I came home one day after speaking to my parents about how I was kind of not loving the idea of it. And I said to my partner, like, you know, I'm not loving the planning. I'm not excited about doing any of it. I'm finding it a bit overwhelming. I feel like I'm planning a day for other people to enjoy, and ultimately, you know, I think a lot of the time you end up spending networking and talking to everybody, which, you know, is great, and you know, everybody who's there you would want to talk to anyway, but I think when I put it in the context of a wedding, I want to talk to my partner the most, and like my family, I guess. So anyway, she was like, I am so glad you said that. I think that we should just do whatever we want to do. So that was that. So that was pretty good. So then it was kind of a case of, okay, well, what do we do then? We thought about getting married at the registry office here, but I was kind of like, okay, well, you know, who do you have as your witnesses then? My partner's parents don't live on where we are, so you then kind of open it up to, right, you then need to bring people over, but then if you bring people over, then they might as well be here for something a bit more, and then it spirals again. So we kind of talked about maybe eloping and going to Las Vegas to get married. And then because we had plans for the rest of this year and next year, holiday-wise, or at least enough that we wouldn't necessarily incorporate Las Vegas into our trips, I was like, okay, well, we're looking at 2025 maybe to get married then, which was what we thought originally, but when it's an elopement you kind of think, oh, okay, I was thinking a bit sooner. So we put it to one side anyway. We're like, okay, we'll circle back, it doesn't matter, like, it's not for a while yet. As happens, in November of this year we're going to New York. I've been to New York a few times, I absolutely love it. I always imagined that I might live there one day, who knows. But yeah, so we were talking about our plans for that trip, and my partner was just like, why don't we just get married in New York, because you love it, we are going there anyway. It's a lot sooner than what we planned, but I mean, at least it's done and we can just enjoy ourselves. So that is what we've decided to do. So we went from having 2 years to get married to 2 months by the time we decided this. And I was like, okay, well, you know, there's not really much to plan, because we just said, okay, well, we might as well just do it in City Hall. I don't really want to get married in a public space, because then that's the whole, you know, I don't know, I don't want to be watched. I'm happy with just the one lady, and we have a friend in New York who's going to witness for us. So yeah, that is what we're doing. I started looking into the planning of it, because I thought, I don't know what the paperwork's like, I don't know what we need, but as it happens, because we are British, our marriage would be recognised in New York, if we were married in New York anyway, so that was fine. So I've applied for the marriage licence. We have to have an in-person meeting when we arrive in New York, where our licence is signed. Then you have to wait 24 hours, and then you can get married. So then you book your marriage ceremony, and yeah, I mean, I think it's done in a minute, and it costs $35. So I was a bit nervous when I was doing the paperwork, because I kind of thought, this seems really straightforward, I'm not sure if I'm are not too far off leaving for our trip. So when the dress comes, I hope it fits. I had ordered it already. It came down and it was too small, and that was a couple of weeks ago, so now I've really left it till like the very last moment to try and find an outfit. But anyway, I'm sure it'll be fine. My partner's got an outfit on the way. We do have backup outfits if we need them, but I actually think we will be fine. I need some shoes. I would like a bag. We actually just had a FaceTime conversation with our friend who lives in New York, who is pregnant, so I mean, she will witness, and so will the baby. And yeah, she was telling us about photographers that we could get and things like that, and I was like, I said, you know, we had thought about getting a photographer, but I do have like a really good Canon camera that my dad wasn't using anymore, which he gave to me. So I was like, I think I'll just bring that and we'll just take photos after and during, because you're allowed to record and photograph the ceremony, so that's quite good, so she'll be able to do that. We said that we would get some pictures outside, and City Hall is right near the Brooklyn Bridge, so we will go to the Brooklyn Bridge, get a few photos there. She mentioned that there's a nice restaurant in Brooklyn and a rooftop bar that has a view of Manhattan, so we might go there afterwards and kind of do like a nice lunch and some nice drinks and things like that whilst we're there, to kind of celebrate the day. So I think it will shape up to be a really lovely time. It's, you know, exactly the kind of wedding that we want, just very straightforward and simple. We have nieces who we will come back and celebrate with. We have my parents who live where we do, my brother, my sister, things like that, our friends, you know, just family generally. So yeah, I think that it will be nice to kind of do this for us, celebrate that, enjoy a nice holiday as well, come home and then do more celebrations. There's like a boat where we live that goes out and you can hire it for the evening for like sunset, and you can put like a DJ on there, so we may do that when the weather's nicer, like next year, kind of do like delayed celebrations. But yes, I'm excited. I think it would be lovely. I'm trying to think if I have anything to say in addition. I don't think I do. I mean, the rest will kind of just, the rest of that trip, it's just going to be a trip really. Once we've got our license, we're getting that the day after we get there because we arrive in the afternoon, and I don't think we'll have time to make an afternoon appointment at the at City Hall for the sign off of that. So then it will be whatever next available day for us to get married. So I will be a married woman very soon. I need to remember to pack our rings, our wedding bands, our outfits so long as they fit, all things like that. And I mean, the rest is just going to be casual outfits, I suppose. But I think that's kind of it. I wanted to give you guys the heads up because I realised that I was just going to be going away and then I would be coming back married, and then I won't have told you anything I had filmed a couple of videos that were meant to go out recently, which is why I had a little bit of a gap in my time. We kind of had a, don't mind that motorbike, we kind of had a last minute trip that we had to go and see family. Someone wasn't well, but all is fine, so don't worry. And then we had a trip to go and see the wedding outfits, which I was going to vlog, but because it was a bit fruitless, I was feeling a bit, I wasn't feeling the most positive, in the sense that I just was so focused on trying to find outfits and trying to search that it just wasn't at the forefront of my mind to film. However, I will be a lot more relaxed in the next trip, so God, my stomach is not having it today. So yeah, I will continue to post. I have a few videos in the backlog, but some of them that I filmed, I just wasn't happy with the quality, so I've ditched those. But yeah, I'm hoping for no more little gaps like that. And apologies if they do crop up, but I appreciate so much you guys hanging about, and I'm officially over 500 subscribers, which is pretty cool. But yeah, again, I appreciate you, and I hope that you'll stick around